Okay, so I'm going to explain no love, no pain, no suffering. And if you missed it in the prep show, initially the song was going to be called If I Don't Exist. However, I really couldn't find a way to sing If I Don't Exist. If I don't exist, how could I suffer like this? If I don't exist, if I don't exist. So instead, I came up with no love, no pain, no suffering. No love, no pain, no suffering. And I wrote 6 songs. Now, it's all one song, but initially it was called If I Don't Exist. See, if you don't exist, you don't feel the pain of having your heart broke from not having love and having no one love you at all, including your parental units. You don't feel pain. Punches to the face don't hurt. Kicks to the nuts don't hurt. Having people say really bad things about you because of your racial ethnicity of being mixed doesn't hurt. You don't hear it. You're not here. You don't suffer. No love, no pain, no suffering. If you don't exist, you will never suffer a day in your life. Never. If you're in heaven waiting for life to happen and waiting to pick a family, and you're like, yeah, I want a family. I want to go experience Earth. If you're in heaven and you happen to see this message, no, you don't. No, you don't. You really don't. Because if you don't exist, you will never feel the pain of rejection from pretty people, ugly people, anybody. You will never not suffer with racial identity. You won't suffer with gender identity. You won't suffer with all the shit that's going on in the world. You will not suffer if you don't exist. I implore people who are having children before you have children. Remember how much you suffered before you bring them into this world. Are you willing to put them through that? Are you going to be there when they are bullied by kids? Are you going to be there with their first heartbreak when they lose their virginity? Are you going to be there? Or are you going to succumb to the weakness of man? Sugar, alcohol, drugs. But you have children that you need to take care of. But you threw them on the back burner for sugar, alcohol, drugs, pussy. Even though pussy is how you get your children. If you're a man, if you're a woman, dick is how you get your children. Sorry about that. Thought my nephew woke up. Anyway, if you don't exist, you can't suffer. You don't have to bring up other people's kids and never get to have a family of your own. You don't have to help people who pass out because they OD'd on the floor. You don't have to pick up other people who passed out because they OD'd on the floor. You don't have to see the suffering of man. You don't have to see the flaws and the flaws of man. You don't have to hear about a rape case down the street. You don't have to hear about a murder. You don't have to hear about cops pulling you over because of the color of your skin. You don't have to worry about getting beat up because of the color of your skin. You don't have to suffer. You will never suffer if you don't exist. Therefore, that was the song. And no, I'm actually in a good place. In case you guys are wondering, why are the songs so dark? Why are the songs so sad? Uh, that's from the deepest, darkest recesses of my pain. You know, because I've had pain for 50 years. I've never gotten the opportunity to live the life that I want to live. I live the life currently that I've been forced to live because people won't make adult decisions. Adults won't make adult decisions. Adults in my family won't raise adults to be adults, making irresponsible decisions on children, on pets, procreation, drugs, all the shit I never had a chance to even attempt to experiment in my life at all. The only damn thing I got going for me in my life is this YouTube channel, my acting career that has never taken off, and Kung Fu. That's it. So without all 395 of you, I have nothing really to get up for the next day. However, I've suffered from depression. Nobody gave a fuck. Except for my doctor, Dr. Bishop. Thank you, Dr. Bishop. Her plan has been working, and I am in a good place. Regardless of how bad these songs sound, I am in a good place. I know I need to shave. That's not going to happen today. But for those who have never suffered, and those who are having a good life right now, thank God every day. Say a prayer for people like me who suffer because of other people's stupid decisions. Now, if I made decisions myself, they fuck my life up, that's on me. Alright, that's on me. But I never got those chances to make those decisions. The decisions was made before I ever got the chance to make the decision. Siblings having babies before they needed to have babies with people they didn't need to have babies with. A parent having babies with babies on top of babies on top of babies. Never got the chance to go out and make my own babies, make my own family, make my own life. And now at 50 years old, it's too fucking late. And not one person in my actual life gave two fucks to say, you know what? We've destroyed this person. And no one wants to ever take accountability for destroying someone else's life. No one's man or woman enough to do that. So if you're doing that, you should probably stop. Because the world doesn't need another me. The world doesn't need someone who goes to bed and prays that they die. I'm good now. I don't pray for death anymore. But to go that deep, to get 6 of these songs about no love, no pain, no suffering, that's some hurt. That is some hurt. That is 50 years of fucking hurt. That is 50 years of shattered dreams and a life that I planned out since I was 12 years old. That I never got to live not one day of my life for myself. I have served my family, and I have attempted to serve this country. And the only damn thing I got to show for it is absolutely fucking nothing. So I'm going to give y'all a piece of advice before I end this video. If you have siblings, make them grow the fuck up. Tell them, learn the difference between riding a dick for procreation and riding a dick for pleasure. If they're girls, and if you're a girl. If you are a boy and you have brothers, you tell your brothers, don't go knocking around chicks. Don't knock them around, and don't knock them up. Get vagina for pleasure, and not for procreation, if you're not going to be a man and take care of the child. And for everyone else out there who's going around bringing unwanted babies into this world and expecting people like me, or good people, to take care of your fucking child. This is Durex. They are made for a fucking reason. It's called life blockers. If you don't bring a life into this world that you have no intention of taking care of, you save a lot of people a lot of fucking problems. Oh, I forgot. This is lifestyles. Lifestyles. I know condoms aren't 1,000% effective. And birth control, also, not 1,000% effective. I think it expires in 2025. Made in Thailand. Wonder why it's made in Thailand. Where's this one made? It does not say where it is made. Anyway, if you're a man, rock those. If you're a woman, make him rock those. Because there's nothing wrong with a one-night stand. Don't bring a baby into this world with a one-night stand. Don't do it. This was not supposed to be a sex ed video, but don't do it. This is a save your brother or save your sister or save your child's life video. If lots of people would have just wore condoms or birth control, my life would have been a fuck ton different than it is now. If lots of people would take responsibility for that shit, my life would have been a fuck ton different than it is now. I never got the chance to live the life I wanted. I never got the chance to live the life I planned out since I was 12. So when you hear the songs, all 6 versions, no love, no pain, no suffering. There have been many a days before Dr. Bishop where I wanted to unalive myself. There have been many a days where I literally prayed that I never existed. There have been many a times where I have said, and there's some videos here on this YouTube channel where I said if I could find that government time machine and I could go back and erase myself, I would. I would not erase anybody else. Alright? Nobody. I would never take anybody else's life if I had a time machine. I wouldn't end none of their shit. I would just stop my existence. There is a video here of me saying that. I don't know if it was before Dr. Bishop or after Dr. Bishop. But I've thought about it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000,000 times. a zillion times that if I could find a time machine and go back to that one point in life, I would have a conversation with my father. I would take a telepathic device and put it on my head and give it to him. And like, this is what's going to happen to me. Do not create me. This is what's going to happen to my sibling. You can create her. She winds up on her feet. I don't. I suffer, and I suffer. For 50 years, I fucking suffer. So if you just like don't have me, you're going to do me and the world a favor. Fortunately for me, there's no government time machine. Also, fortunately for me, I have really good fucking friends that have kept me alive. And cosplay. Thanks to one friend specifically that got me started in cosplay. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to my cousin Russell, who's also like my brother. Shout out to my bros BJ and Adrian. Adrian and BJ. They have children. I don't. Everyone I named has children. And I don't. Never got the chance. And there's nothing worse than going to your friends or your family's house and seeing them happy with their kids. And they look at you and they all say it without saying it. When you can have kids, why didn't you have kids? But all my friends and them, they know. I didn't get the chance. I never was given the opportunity. Had a few girlfriends. They weren't bad girls. They just weren't gonna give me any children. No. And the one that I loved the most didn't really love me or led me on for 2 years. So I look in the mirror and I think to myself, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I look in the mirror, I look in my wallet, and I think to myself, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Just barely scraping by with a 300 and some change army check. It's not where I'm supposed to be. I joined the army to die. Understand that. Let's make that 1,000% clear. That's the one truth that I can give you that no one can take from you. I have said this before, I'll say it again. I'm not ashamed of it. Because my life was just that fucking bad. My heart was broken just that fucking bad. That if I was to die somebody, a fucking soldier, I would finally earn peace and respect from everybody. Because I would have died a soldier. I won't coming home. I had no plans on coming home. Had no plans on getting a hip replacement either. Had no plans on getting hurt in BC. And I was going to go active first when we're coming home. National Guard can go active first. And we ain't got to come back to our station. Until our station gets deployed, I could have joined any fucking troop I wanted. And that was the plan. And then there was this hole. And I guess this was an act of God. Because that ruined my career before it could begin. I'm legally a veteran. Never got deployed. And I wanted to get deployed. I didn't want to come home to the same bullshit that I've done. And I got in at 37. And I was happy. God, I was happy. I made it to the fucking army. I was fucking happy. I've been trying since I was 19 to get in. I made it in. I was like, yeah, I'm going to die in this motherfucking army. Because if I die in this army, my mom and dad get a flag, and I get a funeral for free. Cremation. And the most important thing that I said during that whole time, and it still holds to this day, no one's gonna fucking miss me when I'm gone. No one. They're gonna miss what I did for them. That's it. And I'm gonna say this as I close out. This is how you know when people love you and when people love what you do for them. See, when people love you, they go out their way to help you elevate. To help you succeed at what you want to do with your life. When people love what you do for them, they go out their way to make sure that you don't succeed. They go out their way to hold you down, to keep you from succeeding, to do everything they can to keep you right here while they're up here. And they keep climbing, but they keep holding you right here. They don't do anything. They don't reach out. They don't go, hey, let me help get my brother up here. Let me reach out to this acting community. Let me reach out to Disney. Let me reach out to Tyler Perry. Let me reach out to somebody native. Let me reach out to somebody that's going to give my brother an acting job. No, 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 no. We're going to keep him right here, subservient to us, so that we thrive, he scrapes by. We thrive, he scrapes by. We smile in his face and we tell him that we love him because that keeps him subservient. And this dummy believes that shit. 50 years. Gone. Hopes, dreams, chance at family, chance at love, gone. And you would think that if people actually love you, especially the ones of the same blood, would do the opposite and elevate you so that you can help propel the family. Nah, because that makes too much sense. We're just going to keep you right here. Yeah, we're going to keep you at a reasonable level that you can get by, but you can't survive, and you don't have a retirement plan, and you're 50. You have nothing. We got 401ks, we got homes, we got shit we can fall back on. Shit you should have had. But why do you not have it? Because we help make you suffer. So, it's that. So when you listen to this song, no love, no pain, no suffering. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. No love. H, I, J, K, L. M, N, O, P. Pain. Q, R, S. Suffering. It's in alphabetical order. And my life was in order before everything went to hell in a handbasket. My life was planned out since I was 12 years old. And everybody has contributed to my life, keeping me right here versus elevating me. Except for the people that I shouted out to, my real family, my motherfucking friends. Because they are behind me 1,000%. You're gonna cosplay. You're gonna cosplay. No, I'm not gonna cosplay. You're gonna cosplay. You're gonna cosplay. Best decision I ever made. Cosplay helps me want to stay alive. GalaxyCon. OmegaCon. I get people who give a fuck. They want to take pictures beside my short ass as Spider-Man, as Ben Reilly. I get more love in a goddamn GalaxyCon than I've ever had in my fucking life. I got more love in Bravo Company and in Delta Company at Fort Benning, Georgia, than I've ever had from anybody biologically kin to me outside of my father in my entire fucking life. So no love, no pain, no suffering. That's all the hell I've had to deal with in life, knowing that I'm not loved. I feel that pain and I feel that suffering. And there's no one there to hold my hand. There's no one there to take that pain and suffering away. And they watch. That being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. And in case anybody cares, I am in a good place. I know the people who should care don't. And this is probably going to cause problems when whoever's been spying on me watches all this shit. That's for you. And start more family drama. And there, now you have 2. Here's 2 more. That makes 4. But for everyone else, for the 395, 96 of you, because I haven't checked, might be 97 of you by now, thank you. Thank you for giving me the strength to carry on. Thank you for giving me the courage to fight the depression that keeps me down. Monologue Monday is coming back. It's coming back. It is. I'm just ecstatic of trying to get everything I've done over the last 20 years up and running to put on this platform and to put on public access. So, shit's happening, y'all. Shit's happening. Believe you me, I got so much to live for right now. Right now, at 50, I got so much to live for. I ain't got a goddamn dime, but I got so much to live for. So right now, in this moment, and that vulnerability that you had in this 20-minute video, understand, I am in a good place right now. I am in a good place right now and I'm gonna make it, or I'm gonna die trying, and nothing's gonna get in my way. Next Tuesday, we start working on my first movie. I found that shit last night. I did a video. I don't think it showed up because we lost internet, but yeah, I got Fallen Dragons. So now I just have to go through the tapes. Anyway, that being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc #2. Peace. I gotta actually make one more video after this.